Hello everyone, welcome to Hamar Experience. Today is October the 24th and my name is Belinda Tato from Ecosistema Urbano and I'm here in Hamar working for Dream Hamar project. Today I'm very glad to share last day's activities and also to announce active kind of weekend. We have Green Hammer Action by the VEA students from the gardening and landscape school in Moel. It was a beautiful installation. I will share the pictures with you very quickly. And today is just we're back to normality again, and we will have this very intense week also starting tomorrow. So tomorrow we will have the workshop on environment led by Romy Ortiz. The workshop tomorrow will be in Norwegian and it will be, I think it's going to be fun. We'll be talking about how it's going to be like and I think it's going to be fun. Then on Wednesday we will have the workshop with Jenny Fao. She's coming from Hamburg, Germany, and she's an expert who belongs to the concept or to the organization of Cradle to Cradle, which is a very kind of visionary organization regarding the life cycles of all kind of materials, and I hope she will bring her wisdom and knowledge to have a nice and intense experience on Wednesday. And also she will be lecturing on Thursday, and then after the lecture the idea is to have a round table so that you will be able to ask questions, and the round table will be a mix between Norwegian and English, so it will not be only Norwegian or only English. So you're all more than welcome. These activities will take place at the Bazaar building at the Stuturket. Interested on it. And now I want to present the last installation that we did, Green Hammer, together with the VEA school. It was a very intense, very short period and very quickly kind of action. The idea was to occupy somehow the space that used to be or that has been a driving space for the last 50 years, and to do something there so that people can get used to use the space in a different way. I can share with you, well, Marisa may share with you the link to the post we wrote in the blog, and that is a kind of a synthesis of what happened last week. So we had this brainstorming on Tuesday, all sort of ideas came up, but the action should be implemented in just one day or 1.5 days. So we had all the possibilities, but we have to finish it, and we had to try to get it a beautiful solution and easy to be maintained and not dangerous, and well, many different questions. So we decided to work in two different installations. One of it is working with wood as a very kind of stable material, as a very kind of seasonal material, in the sense that as far as I know, that the people usually collect the wood all through the summer so that they have the wood for the winter time. So it really means a lot for many people here. So the idea is to work with this local material and to produce something really different. So we came up with this idea of creating a kind of a platform that can be used in many different ways. For instance, or a kind of a garden. And the other installation that we produced was a car converted into a plant container. It's kind of funky, hippie solution, but I must say that everybody stays and takes pictures of it, and it really seems like people are very enthusiastic about it, and we're very happy to see that people, you know, pay attention to it, and they're curious about what it is, and so on. Actually, there was an article It's a whole team working on this. Still, we really feel that sometimes there's so much information and so many things going on that it's difficult to push it out and to let people know about what the process is about and what are the aims and what's the final result going to be like and so on, and how can they fit into this kind of a puzzle. So anyway, all the efforts are needed, and it's kind of never enough. So now I'm going to share with you the pictures from these installations. Oops. Okay, this event that took place last Saturday, it was organized not only by us and not only with the contribution of VEA, which is Statens Fagskole for Gartner or Och Blomsterdekoratorer, but it also had the contribution of Naturvernforbund and Natur och Ungdom and also the association Hexeringen, which is an association very much focused on the mushrooms and okay, here it is. Sorry. Okay, now we will see some of the images of this day. This is the beautiful mushroom soup that the people from Hexeringen cooked for us. We must say it was a total success, and people were very enthusiastic about the soup, and of course they ran out of it, and because it was very beautiful. They were also selling some we also had this smoothie, and it was a bicycle that the kids could start running on it to make the smoothie on the back, as you can see. It was a shaker put on the top of the bicycle. And this is how the Stuturget looked like. These are some pictures of the students from VEA when they were doing the installation. Actually, Stuturget became like a kind of a huge wooden workshop, and there was all, people with, there was wood all over the place. Okay, this is, well, you cannot see very much here of the car, but you will see it afterwards. This is when we were placing the wooden pieces. It meant to become like a kind of a topography. Goes very slow. I must say that the students from VEA, they really were very enthusiastic and they really worked very hard, and that's well, it made it possible, because it was a lot of work. The circle has got a diameter of 7 meters, and the only materials we used were wood and also some gravel to stabilize it and to make it stable and safe. Okay, here are some pictures also of the car, because the car was not only green in the trunk, it was also green inside, which is really shocking, and people really who go by, everybody stops by and everybody takes pictures of it. because it's like kind of a mousy car. Okay, these are beautiful pictures by Christopher. And here you can see how green the car has become. Here we see Romy Ortiz on the right hand side. She's the one who's going to be leading tomorrow's workshop. And here we can see the beautiful table with the different mushrooms and all the different stuff these people brought. We also made a fire because this is one of the things that have been asked. And this is how people get curious about the car. Everybody is like, what is this? These are some samples of the beautiful mushrooms that they were on Saturday. And these are some images of the result of this topography and how people, how children especially enjoyed it. So here you can see the result. The idea was also to incorporate some plants and some color into the installation. Okay, so this is it. And now I will... okay, now I will... I want to introduce you to Christopher Nielsen, who is as you could see. So hello, Christopher.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to ask you so many questions because you are from Hamar, you know Hamar, but you are also contributing with this project, so you are quite aware of what's going on. And so, first question is like, you are from Hamar, but you've also been around. About public space.
It has to be Rome.
Rome.
Yeah, Rome. Rome is the capital of public spaces, I think.
Yeah.
Rome, or I've been to Barcelona 3 times, I think.
Okay, but not to Madrid.
Not to Madrid.
Okay,
no.
sorry.
But Rome actually, that's probably why I say Rome. It's because it's the destination I went to last, and where you had magnificent sculptures, waterfalls, and public spaces.
Yeah.
Inside the o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And
What were you doing at that time?
I wanted to have no people
Okay.
because there was always people.
Absolutely.
In the public spaces,
Yeah.
of course, and people is what defines these places. So so I wanted to have no people, just the stairs.
Did you take some pictures of that?
Yes,
Of course, I want to see them.
But it's not easy to get to all these public. Thought of it because there's a lot of ideas coming in from everybody else. So you keep just on digesting other people's ideas, and I actually haven't really thought about it.
You have to come to the workshop.
I will actually. No, but I mean, I enjoy music. I enjoy live music.
Yeah.
So a square, which of course can fit every band from the small intimate live session to maybe a bit
to be able
bigger.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's to stand there in 4 or 5 years' time, enjoying good music. That's
That would be
my
nice.
dream. Yeah.
Yeah. I will come for that concert. Proper place for such a project. How do you think people are reacting to it? What do you think we can do better all together?
I think that's 4 or 5 questions in one, but I'll start by saying I think that the politicians of Hamar, I didn't take part in that decision. I wasn't in the meeting when they
Good.
decided. No, but I think that was a very brave thing to do,
Yeah.
because it's
I think so too.
yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yes.
And to have the goal of including people in the design process of the square is it's very brave. And so I think I think the challenge now is to get the new politicians in the city council in Hamar
How are
to
we
also
gonna do that?
I don't know. But I think that's crucial to get the new people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of new people in the city council. So that's a challenge. They might not be as brave as the last one. So
Okay, but now
yeah, we have a job in front of us. Yeah.
they have to be brave.
They
They're
have
on
to-
it anyway.
They have to be brave. Yeah, they have to be
Yeah.
brave.
Okay.
So that's what I think.
Okay. And if there was a lot of people from Hamar just watching now, which probably is not happening, but it could be, how would you invite them to come? Like, you've been in all the workshops. I think you and me may be the only people, no?
Yeah.
who've been through everything. To come for.
No, the appeal it's in itself, because in 2 months' time it's too late.
Yeah.
That's what I think is if you want to be part of something, if you're proud of your city, proud of Hamar, and you want it to be something you're proud of, you should participate and give you your ideas. What's important to you? I told you my dream. It's music, and of course, I would think somebody else has other dreams.
Yeah,
So that's the square to be. Many have traveled, many have other types of inspiration. So yeah.
Yeah, the door is open.
Yeah, the door is open.
All
Yeah.
days,
Yeah.
every
And we're
day.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. And has there been any other kind of similar projects here in the sense, or what are the regular kind of participation tools at the community? Because I know you know the community from inside a little bit. Can you explain, how you have been part of the community or political? I don't know how to say.
3 terms, I think.
Wow.
Bit on and off. So
Yeah.
I've never been regular, but yeah, I've been meeting regularly anyway. There is this concept of urban planning, not necessarily in Hamar, but in Gjellum and in other places in this region, in the county council. And so we have some experience with regional planning in terms of we call it in Norwegian we call it stedsutvikling, which is not the same as Ecosistema Urbano is trying to do, but it's got some similarities in that they try to get different organizations, different people, different interests engaged, and then work up with the best solution. So it's not a participatory examples of projects in Hedmark.
And how do you think? Do you think this project could actually change a little bit and could become like a kind of a landmark in the history of Hamar's public spaces? In the sense, do you think if people, really engage into it and take part of it, would they claim to be also to have the possibility of having a word in future projects?
In future projects, that depends. I think when people participate in processes like this, they, as I said, you get a certain ownership to it. So I don't know if it will change people, but it would definitely mean that a lot of people in Hamar or outside Hamar, which are interested and loves the city, they're definitely going to have a better relationship, or a not maybe a better relationship, but a hardened identity to their place, because they've been here, they've been in the discussions, and or participated through the app, or put ideas in the box. So I think certainly, at least many people, I think, is going to have a different relationship to their city because
They took part.
they took part. Yeah.
Okay. One other thing, like, we Norwegians are not like Spaniards because we really don't like public space so much. And I kind of disagree in the sense that I was 2 Saturdays ago, I was in Oslo, and it was freezing day, but it was a beautiful sunny day. And the streets were packed with people. And it's like I was taking pictures of everything. It's like the next person who says Norwegians don't like public space, I will just show the pictures, because it was people in the streets, people in the cafes, people in the park, everywhere. So my concern is that maybe it's not about the public space so much, it's more about the climate. And I really simplify, because also from my experience by living here is that every time there is a sunshine, everybody jumps into the street. So I don't know how much it is. Of course, Stuttgart was not the best public space ever, so that it was not, or it is not the most inviting place. So if you really feel like going out, maybe it's not the place. Excuse me. But I still disagree, and I really think if we provide the good conditions for people to come out, they will come out. So as a Norwegian that you are, what do you think about that? Because I have very strong arguments with some people about it.
You should come back during the start of the summer, beginning of the fall, when people come out of their houses and the snow starts melting. Smelting, that's a Norwegian English combination word. And of course they want to be outside. They want to, and of course we crave the sun and the change in the weather. We have seasons in this country. So yes, of course it's a climate thing as well, but Norwegians have a different relationship with open squares than people from Spain. No, I don't think so. No, of course not. We're social beings, as well as so. Yeah, I think we both can prove them wrong.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. Regionally, and the great challenges or the great problems also that Hamar has to face.
No, Hamar is in a unique position as being probably one of the. We have 3 or 4 cities along our Lake Mjøsa, and being an inland city, there's different challenges, of course. We in terms of shipping, which is typical for Norwegians, but our pros is, of course, that we're in an attractive area. We're close to nature. We're also close to Oslo and and Gardermoen.
The airport.
Airport, infrastructure wise. So, for instance, I can to Madrid or to Mallorca, or so it's in that way, in that sense, it's very close to the rest of the world as well. So that is the pros. We have a lot of pros in terms of being close to Oslo, which is a huge labor market. We have a lot of space and good schools, good kindergartens. So that is the pros. And also, of course, we have politicians who dare to do new things and develop this area for the best of the people who live here. Challenges, I don't know. As any other city and commune in Norway, we have challenges towards healthcare. This partly shielded from it. Of course, we have challenges as well in terms of what we use resources and money on. And now, in the years to come, it's healthcare and taking care of our elderly, pensions and stuff like that. So, but that's challenges everybody has. I think we have, in terms of Hamar, compared to other cities, compared to the other cities around Mjøsa, we have only pros and opportunities. So
Yes.
yeah,
Of course.
of course.
Okay. And what about the different kind of group ages that are in Hamar? Like, sometimes I really feel like the public space, for whatever reason, is not used by everyone. And sometimes I really see that there's a lot of elder, for instance, but there's not. We know that there's like 5,000 university students or something like that. Maybe that's too
Yeah, a
much.
bit less. Yeah.
3,000 or something, but you really don't feel some kind of activity. You don't see it.
No, it's
And also
Hamar
youngsters.
is, Hamar is not a big city. It's and it's not a big university city either. Of course, it can't compare to Oslo, Trondheim, Bergen, and Tromsø. But and the demographics of Hamar is also similar to Hedmark, which we have, of course, a greater percentage of seniors than some other regions, which are more urban. But there, which has also been developed in the last couple of years. And there's, of course, it's we have the stage in the center of town, where we have different concerts and guests from not only from Norway but from other from abroad as well. So there's a lot of places, there's a lot of venues, there's a lot of arenas for the like.
Top internet users all over the world. Like I don't remember now the percentage, but and I wonder if it is because of the degree of development, or because of the good internet access, or also because of the climate conditions that actually pushes people to be at home more times, or more time all over the year, or more in the winter season. So how do people use the internet? Is it like for everything? Is it for social life? Is it for shopping? Is it for entertainment or for leisure? I mean, what's your experience or your knowledge?
All of the above.
Everything.
No, I'm not educated in this to answer the question, but we know that there's a high degree of computers in more or less every home in Norway, and of course the vast majority of them is also connected to the internet. And social media is big in Norway. The percentage that has a Facebook account or uses Twitter, it is, of course, in Scandinavian countries bigger, or at least a greater part of the population uses social media. So that's one part. I don't know. I can only speak for myself. I buy travel. I buy booze off the internet. I buy clothes. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And,
I use it for more or less everything. Travel, of course.
months is like, because again, every time I speak to people here, it's like, what, you really don't know how the winter is, and it's like, it's okay, but I can guess. So does it really change your everyday life so much? It's like, it really conditions, this big amount of snow, it really keeps you indoors, or how does it work?
Again, I can only speak for myself, but there's a lot of people, of course, who go cross-country skiing
Yeah.
and experience nature that way, which is, of course, good. It's a good exercise, and it's good for your mental health as well, of course. And there's some of us or films or I don't know. I'm not that outdoorsy, but
Outdoorsy.
outdoorsy.
I like the word.
Yeah, I think actually it's a word. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Yeah. No, we have close to Hamar. We have a huge area where people can ski.
Yeah.
So cross-country skiing is of course one thing. Some do skates, and there's a lot of winter activities, of course.
Yeah.
If you watch the Winter Olympics or some of the winter sports, you will see that television, or we go to our cabins and then we go cross-country skiing.
Okay.
This is what we do.
Okay.
But we hunger for summer and warmer weather. So if you don't, if you don't get depressed during the winter months of January and February and March, you crave for sun and warmer
then
weather.
Go to the Canary Islands.
So the smart ones, they put aside some vacation and some money, and they go to warmer climates, 2-3 weeks if they can, during February or March.
Yeah, of course.
That's a smart thing to do, I think.
Of course, I would do it myself if I could. But
I'm not the winter kind of guy. No.
Okay. So some other advices, or why would you think it would be interesting to take part into this week's activities? And do you want to say anything? Inviting people to come?
Yeah, they should come. It's fun.
I think so too.
You get to draw, to visualize, and you get a lot of different input from people, highly educated people, which really know what they're talking about architecture, about environment, about activities and technology. So yeah, people should get involved. Yeah. It's fun.
Because actually this week's topic, which is environment, I think it should be catchy enough in the sense that Norway is equal to environment somehow. It's like
somehow.
Apart from the oil, I would say.
Apart from the oil.
Yeah. But I mean, like the first, somebody was interviewing me, and he said, okay, what's the first? If I say Norway, what's your first thought? And I thought landscape, because it really is, even before coming, and then after coming is also landscape and wood and forest and lake and energy and resources and natural resources and environment, and it's like a very much there's still a kind of a very natural kind of country with a lot of nature, still kind of untouched,
a lot of space,
which is nice. But then on the other hand, this kind of enjoyment of the nature by having private isolated cabins is kind of weird. Yeah, it's like you want to have your own natural experience, but for that you have to get your car and own a property, and so if every Norwegian family owns 2 properties, it's like it's a lot of properties. And
it is.
So, well, I think there's also some challenges on that side, and I don't know very much about it, but I've heard about it, that this cabin culture is like it used to be like kind of this house isolated with no power, like very kind of humble, basic infrastructure, and now it's more like a sauna, castles, like a big chalet.
Wine cellar. You have to have a wine cellar in the cabin.
Yeah, of course.
Unless it's not a cabin, you have to have a...
You're hopeless.
You're hopeless.
So it's really becoming like a kind of it's not a kind of a nature experience
No,
so
not
much
so
more.
much.
It's more like an urban experience that you
Yeah.
want to share with your neighbors, and so it's like well, I've heard funny stories about it, and I really find it shocking in the sense that again, for me, Norway is equal to landscape and
Yeah.
this kind of these mountains and beautiful environment.
I think the whole idea behind the cabin culture is that we have so much space, so we need to occupy it a bit more. So
Yeah.
we need more than one house. We need a house in the urban areas,
Yeah.
which is not really urban,
Yeah.
and we need a place in the rural area
Yeah.
because then we can have more buildings.
Yeah, yeah. The problem
of
about
course.
that is that it's all based on the mobility, and the mobility is
Yes,
on the car, and the car is on the oil, and the oil is on
Yes,
the
yes,
on
yes.
the pollution. So, this natural experience becomes the most polluting kind of behavior, and it's kind of tricky. I just say that it's kind of
Yeah,
tricky.
it is a bit tricky environmentally, but well,
I know you can afford it because you have plenty of
no,
oil, but
yeah. But I think it makes more sense if you, for instance, you work in Oslo, which is a bit more urban than Hamar,
yeah,
and for instance, you live on a small
apartment or
small
something.
apartment
Yeah.
and whatever, and of course then, but that's not the case. This is not the people who live in. These are people who live in big
houses with gardens
with
already,
huge
and
gardens and a lot of maintenance work they need to do. And but I'm the wrong person actually to ask to answer questions about cabin culture because yeah.
why?
No,
Because
I
because
like
you like it or you don't like
no,
it?
I like it, but I would never spend money on a second house in Norway.
I wouldn't myself either.
I
Not
would
even
I
in
would
Spain.
bought something abroad, in Spain or in Italy or
Yeah, especially
in
because
France.
it's cheaper and
It's cheaper and I I
Then
want
you
a
have
place
the
to go when
sunburn
it's
too.
and hot. But as an environmental question, it's
Again?
flying
Yeah,
to and from.
that's not very good either.
That's even worse than driving to and from. So yeah.
Well,
Unless
we
you can
don't-
take the train, but then you use all the time for the travel. So
yeah, it's tricky.
it's tricky. Yeah.
Because we all want to be kind of environmental,
Yeah.
kind of respectful, but then it's sometimes it turns to be the other way around, and
Yeah.
it's not good to speak, like anyway. Okay, I don't know if there is any questions. Can we check, by the way, Christopher?
Nope.
No? Okay, so I don't know if you want to add any other thing. I know yesterday was your birthday, by the way.
Yeah.
So how was it?
No, it was good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday was better, but Sunday was
Okay. Okay. So there were
a lot of cleaning.
Yeah. That's because you were partying, so that's a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
experience. Okay, so if there is no questions, I would like to ask Marisa. I don't know how to get to the chat here.
This is it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
What do you
well.
want to answer, Oscar?
No
No questions.
no questions. Well, well, we're very sorry for that because we have so many answers.
Yep. We have all the answers, really. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much, Christopher, for joining us today, for joining us in the project.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to work with you.
I think it's
very interesting.
I think it's great. It's also nice to have all the time the kind of the Norwegian kind of. I was telling him today he's not the Norwegian translator just in the way that not just for the words. It's more about the culture issue and
Mindset too.
and sometimes yes, it's like okay, we're thinking about doing that. What do you think about it? Because we really need to to have this kind of feedback of you've been living here for how long? For
All my
your
life, except for the
except,
first 3 years.
Okay. So I think you have a very good
That's over 30
idea of
years.
what's going out there and how people can receive the project and
Yeah.
how people can react to it and
Hopefully.
okay.
Yeah.
So and I think I hope they really react very positively and
Yeah.
well, we're trying to do our best in that.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Christopher. I just want to add that. Reminder again that tomorrow at 6 we will have a Romy Ortiz workshop here at the Basa building Wednesday at 6 we will have Jennifer workshop here at the Bazaar building, and then Thursday at 6 also we will have the lecture with a round table afterwards. The idea is to make the lecture very brief so that we all have the opportunity to ask questions, to raise, a debate and to have a discussion about the different topics and issues that we will be discussing on Tuesday and Wednesday. Also to remind that Tuesday workshop will be in Norwegian, Wednesday workshop will be in English, and then on Thursday the lecture will be in English, but the roundtable will be both Norse and English. And I think there's no other questions. Just a moment. No? Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope you can join us tomorrow and the days after, and I hope we have a nice environmental week with great ideas, with a lot of brainstorming, and with great results. Thank you very much.